Hello, everyone. Welcome to Friday, May 21st, 2021. This Day Weather Podcast is being brought to you by Chugwater Chili. It's the gourmet spice of Western life. You may have heard of the Chugwater Chili seasoning blend, but you know they now make a hot version of their famous chili seasoning. For those looking for a little extra spice in your life, give Chugwater Chili Hot a try. It's going to be an unsettled weekend. Best way to describe it, folks, there's a little bit of everything. We have an upper level low that's going to stall out over the Pacific Northwest and the Great Basin. This is going to give us 3 days in a row where there's going to be a severe weather threat in some areas. We'll show you where. Also, cool and wet weather coming for northwest Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, the Dakotas into Monday, and parts of the Great Basin back into Utah and Nevada as well as this trough comes in. Now, we're going to have some wind. We talked about this yesterday. There will be some windy areas both sides of the Continental Divide this weekend. And I tell you, folks, this is one of those weather patterns where, depending on where you're watching this podcast or listening to it, you can experience a lot of different things, and the weather in your location is going to be different than someone else's. There's a sneak peek we're going to show you into Memorial Day weekend. Folks already asking, hey, what's it going to be like for that 3-day weekend? We'll take a sneak peek at the end of the podcast. This is where we are right now, and I want to show you it's a standoff. We've got this big upper level low sinking into the Great Basin, and we have this big high over the eastern areas of the United States. Notice the amplitude, the strength of the trough is about the strength of the ridge here. And so basically it's a standoff between the two. The counterclockwise spin around this big high and the counterclockwise spin around this big low, pumping in a strong southerly wind flow ahead of this trough. That's why it's going to be windy in some areas over the next few days. But this southerly flow is bringing in higher humidity air east of the divide, while this is bringing cold air aloft into the region. That combined with strong winds aloft, and this is just going to be a recipe for a large area where strong to severe thunderstorms this weekend will be possible. And we'll take a closer look at that. Now, this is today. This is by Sunday. Notice that low begins to kind of weaken and head north into Montana and minor out. But as it does so, it will produce showers and thunderstorms. Notice some really good precipitation in west central and northwest Wyoming. Look at Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, parts of Nebraska here, parts of northeastern Wyoming that really need the precipitation, should get some chances for more. The very dry part of south central and southwestern Wyoming and northeast Utah is going to get some, but I think will again not get as much as other areas. But you can see some pockets of heavier showers and thunderstorms in southwest and west central Colorado, back into Utah, Nevada, and Idaho, and into these areas here. This will be the best moisture in weeks in some of those locations, but without a doubt, with the low tracking this way, that's where the heavier precipitation will be. But you'll see some real severe weather threat, especially in this area here, as we see these systems collide. Snowfall-wise, well, it's going to snow in the higher mountains of Montana and Idaho, Oregon, Nevada, California, Utah, the southwest mountains of Colorado. This is mainly some real high elevation snow, but if you're headed to Yellowstone Park, you're headed to Teton Pass or Togety Pass, South Pass, and into the higher Wasatch, well, there's going to be some snow up there this weekend with this trough, but out on the eastern plains, it's going to be very mild. This is the wind we talked about. These are the peak wind gusts from today through Monday. See all the yellow? Anywhere you see yellow, you're looking at winds gusting to 40 to 50 miles an hour or more. Some wind gusts here in the Bighorns of 62 miles an hour, and it's going to be windy across Utah, Colorado's western slope, even northern Arizona and northern New Mexico. So this is going to be a windy pattern for some as we go through the next 3 to 4 days. Now let's talk about the severe weather threat. I'm going to step through the next 3 days, starting today and going through Sunday. And you're going to see a persistent area across eastern Wyoming, the Dakotas, eastern Montana, western Nebraska, northeast Colorado, where the risk of severe weather will be the highest. Yellow shows where the risk of severe weather is most likely. The darker shade of green means a pretty good chance. Lighter shade of green means basically garden variety thunderstorms. Yesterday, we did see a lot of hail, heavy rain and strong winds over parts of eastern Wyoming, western Nebraska, northeast Colorado, and western South Dakota. And this is for today. You can see that yellow shaded area. That's the highest risk of severe weather today. Tomorrow, that yellow area expands to cover eastern Colorado, down into New Mexico, and across a good portion of Nebraska, northwest Kansas, and extreme southeastern Wyoming. Notice, though, there's a little bit of a south and eastward shift of the severe weather threat on Saturday. But as we go into Sunday, it lifts back to the north again. And if there's a day where we think there's going to be a breakout of severe weather, where there's going to be a lot of hail, maybe some tornado activity, is going to be in this yellow area here. But we need to watch this darker shade of green as well as that risk. Now, as the upper level low here moves off to the north and east, the severe weather threat by Monday and Tuesday will drop. So it's really the next 3 days we need to be ready for severe weather. For those of you listening and watching this podcast, if you're going to be in those areas that are darker shaded green or yellow, you need to watch out for heavy rain, hail, and strong gusty winds. Now, let's take that sneak peek into Memorial Day weekend. Now, this is certainly more fun. Now, this is the upper level chart. 500 millibars are at 18,000 feet for next Sunday. The jet stream is riding high up near the U.S.-Canadian border, cutting us off in a really cold air. And this pink area here showing warm air building across the Intermountain West and into the western high plains. This is basically going to be a nice area of high pressure moving in, probably late next week and into the Memorial Day weekend. Now, if this holds, again, I'm showing you something that's going out pretty far. If this holds, it's going to be a warm Memorial Day weekend. We should still expect thunderstorms and showers. It's very rare to get a Memorial Day weekend where there's no threat of rain. It just doesn't happen usually. And I think we should expect showers and thunderstorms. But boy, is it going to be warm. These are the forecasted temperatures for next Sunday. Again, we'll update you early next week. Take this with a grain of salt, but it looks like a big warm-up for the last days of May and into early June. And this is showing you next weekend, yes, there's going to be some shower and thunderstorm activity in the region over that 3-day weekend, but at least at this point in time, it looks like it's going to be a warm one. Don't forget to subscribe to the Day Weather video channel on YouTube. We've got some exciting things we're going to be doing this summer and into the fall. So go subscribe to the Day Weather YouTube channel. Thanks and have a great weekend, everybody. And don't forget to use Chugwater Don at checkout at chugwaterchili.com for 20% off. Have a good weekend, everybody.